I've been meaning to put this out there for a while now and have resisted, but recent events, the timing is right. But before I share my main thing, you need a little backstory, and you can't make this stuff up. Many of you know that years ago, I got my start as a jingle writer. But prior to me actually doing that, I was attending the University of Colorado at Denver, and I was in my final year, and I didn't have a job, and I didn't have money, and I didn't know what to do. I ended up applying at Sweetwater Sound for a position that I didn't think I was qualified for at all. But I got an email back saying, hey, will you send us some of your work? I'd never written any jingles. So I panicked a little bit, and then I wrote some fake jingles. Just chose some businesses that I found on the internet and decided, they should have a jingle, they should have a jingle. And I sent those, as well as some other recordings and songs that I'd done, over to them. I labored over those. They took me forever. I got the job, and I realized real quick that I was in way over my head. My methods, my efficiency level when making songs, jingles, whatever it was terrible. And I had to be efficient. I had to be fast. I had to be good right away. The pressure. Within the first few weeks, I was online looking up tutorials on Logic Pro because that software at that time had a lot more compositional tools and made things a little easier for people who couldn't play all the instruments. Follow me here. I'm not going to get too nerdy. The main guy that I really resonated with on YouTube was this guy named SF Logic Ninja, David Earl. I started devouring his tutorials and learning all about how I could use Logic. And really quickly, I was able to get a lot faster and produce better content, having never written jingles before. Yes! And it was at this same time that I met who would be my longtime collaborator in my jingle writing and songwriting, Banner Kid, who just a few weeks ago passed away from a battle with cancer. Rest in peace, my friend. Banner was there from the very beginning. And I remember the first jingle that we collaborated on. You know, he pulled out his guitar and he was playing and he had these ideas about what it should be. And he gave me this lyric sheet. He's like, yeah, go see what you can do with it. And he was kind of this Wilford Brumley kind of, Southern Kentucky guy. And just great guy. Well, I remember I took this piece of paper and, I hadn't worked with this guy before and he seemed nice enough. And I went to the studio and a few hours later, I had the full thing, the whole band, vocals, everything done. And I remember I shared it with him and I wasn't sure what he would think. And he said, wow, this is going to be really fun. This is going to be really fun. And I just remember feeling seen and heard, and the relationship that we developed, the collaborative friendship, became a grounding point for me and gave me confidence to take more risks and put myself out there because I knew what I was doing could be seen as fun and really good. Fast forward about 8 years, and I had left Sweetwater, moved back to Colorado, but continued to write with Banner on jingles and various song projects. And Chris Cornell had passed away 2 years earlier. I was starting my YouTube channel about voice and recording and all sorts of things, and I decided I wanted to do a tribute to Chris Cornell. So I did an acoustic live looped version of The Day I Tried to Live. A guy by the name of Graham Cochran, who at the time ran the Recording Revolution YouTube channel and business, saw my cover and posted about it, and then through some conversations invited me to start putting videos on his channel. And one of the first videos that I did on that channel was about how singers should use headphones and what kinds of headphones they should use in order to get the most out of their vocal performances. And it wasn't long after that video was posted that I get a message from someone at Apple, John Dante. He loved my video, noticed I was a Logic user, and wanted to pick my brain about what I thought of Logic, how I use it. So I hop on this video call, and wouldn't you know it, David Earl, SF Logic Ninja, is on the call. And I get to, thank you for helping me with my early career in jingle making, and your expertise has done so much for me over the years. And I got to go in and show them all the ways that I use Logic and make some suggestions. And I was just floored that these guys would reach out to me and care and ask questions and want to get to know me as someone who's using their, you think about Apple, like big corporate. No, this is people reaching out and wanting to develop a relationship with me. And over the next few years, we'd check in every once in a while, just see how each other was doing. And I'd release a new course and I'd send it over, or the plugins that I made, I'd say, hey, what do you think of this? It's cool, huh? Then, just a few weeks ago, I get invited to a collaborative experience at Apple. I'm not really sure what it's about, but hey, if some of the guys that I know are going to be there, sure, that sounds great. And I got to meet some of the people that I talked to before and many other members of their team. And I got to hang with lots of other creators, lots of other YouTubers, musicians, recording people, video making people from all over the world. They'd just given me this experience and put me in proximity with all these other amazing people. I got to tour Apple Music Studios. I got to see the rooms that they transform when they do these crazy live events there. Crazy, crazy stuff. But I kept asking myself throughout this whole experience, why am I here? What am I doing, really? And then the last night happened. They divided us up into groups with other creators that I had maybe just met or not even met yet, and tasked us with making a song and a music video in 75 minutes with people, I don't know, we don't know each other. And all of a sudden, I was taken back to that time that I was being put on the spot to perform, write jingles, do something good really fast. And looking around, and I could see that there was a little bit of that going on with the other creators around me. This was really interesting. And then I heard my own voice, my own vocal coach voice, right over my shoulder saying, remember what Banner gave to you. And immediately I began to realize that my role was not to perform. It was not to prove anything. It was to be relational. It was to help bring people together in this setting that I'd been kind of dumped into. And I didn't really fully realize that this was the whole point of the exercise that they were putting us through. It was to get us in this mindset of connecting, to see and to hear, and to read the room and look for opportunities to elevate those around me. You connect with other people, and then things happen. And we ended up laughing and high-fiving and writing this ridiculous little jingle, essentially, about something that happened to me in the hotel when I was getting ready to go to this event earlier in the morning. And it became this completely stress-free, expectation-free, collaborative environment that allowed everyone in this little group to see people for who they are. And in this short time, I made some great friends, some neat relationships that I don't know where they're gonna go. That's the whole point. As I've gotten older, I start looking forward to the fruit that these kinds of things bring. Because I can look backward and see, again, you can't make this stuff up, how that relationship I made decades ago ends up turning up here and here and here. And it goes way beyond professional work. And here's what I wanted to share at the beginning and why I'm making this video in the first place. Every once in a while, I am hit in rapid succession with reminders that I am not a me. I am a we. Sure, working hard and saying yes to things is important, but I have found that what is more important is realizing the power of continued relationships. Letting yourself be seen for who you are, not hiding behind things, being vulnerable, being real with people, encourages them to do the same to you, for you, and you make relationships that last a lifetime. And the impact that you have on each other, you are always discovering new ways, new things. And even people that we bump into incidentally, that we're thrown into things with that we don't know that well. If you let your guard down and you show that you're okay being whatever and that you're not going to take yourself too seriously, it is amazing what kinds of energies come to the surface. Celebrate those. Celebrate real. Celebrate people. Celebrate the people around you. And make sure that you tell those people, while you still have the chance, how much they mean to you and how much they have been a part of your journey. Because you never know when you won't have that opportunity to do it again. And strangely enough, this kind of perspective helps you to be more successful without you even trying, because it morphs your view of what success truly is based on the weight of what really matters. It then starts to change other people's view of success. And from a guy who delivered unexpected encouragement to a new struggling jingle writer, to people at a large corporate entity reaching out to me and making relationships and encouraging me to build other relationships with other people, my focus has been increasingly honed to look for opportunities to see others, to hear others, and even just starting there, enjoying the energy that comes to light as a result. If you'd like to work with me, if you'd like me to see and hear you and help you realize your potential as a creative, as a vocalist, a songwriter, or someone who records things, start by clicking the link below in the pinned comment and joining my free course. And there's lots of ways that we can get to know each other better from there. And here is another video that I have done on adjusting your mindset for greater levels of success.